Welcome. Today, I'll be unboxing the C36-7 that was recently released by Rapido Trains. I ordered 4. This was the first one I got so far. And if you want me to do an unboxing for the other 3, I will. Just gotta let me know in the comments. But let's get into it. So, just take the sleeve off. Get it out of the way. I love how Rapido does the schematic of the locomotive on the sides. This is the Canary paint scheme for the Missouri Pacific number 9000. So let's get into this. Now, this is a DC silent locomotive, and I've already put a decoder. I've done most of the break-in period for it. Just put that right here. And in the box, you get a Rapido sticker, which is new. So they do buses and trains, but not ships and planes. If they ever decide, they have to change that sticker. In your model, you get a blown up diagram. Does each one get 2? Or are these 2 different? I think these are different parts for the whole thing. Oh. These are version 1s and 2, so you'll have to figure out which one of this. Maybe they'll let you know in the book which version is schematic for each train. Row name then. Which one's Missouri Pacific? I'm going to go with, this is the Missouri Pacific version of it. I'm going to put these together because it has the hump to it. Put that in the box. The other stickers you get is Rapido. And you get a number 9000. I wonder if the Canary paint, I didn't look at the front, if it has the Union Pacific Shield, my Mopac. But you get your locomotive service manual, running, maintenance, and troubleshooting. A little bit of history of it. The C36-7 was General Electric's higher horsepower 6 Agile-9 offering with a 16-cylinder 3600 horsepower or 3750 horsepower rating compared to the C30-7's 300 or 3000 horsepower built between 79 and 80. In February 89, over 600 units were produced. Of those, 129 were domestic orders for Conrail, Missouri Pacific, Norfolk and Western, Norfolk Southern, because during that time there was the merger. Another 40 were made for Viera del Pacifico and National de Mexico. Lastly, 422 were made for China, with many significant differences in final units produced, where 8 for Come Along and Gavin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Well, GE launched their 77 series locomotive -7s. They were cataloged the C30-7, C33-7s, and C36-7s. The 36-7s were ignored until 79 when National de Mexico and Ferrocarril del Pacifico, I really hope I'm not butchering it, placed orders. These export services were essentially identical externally to 30-7s. In 81, they got their first domestic order, a smaller order of NNW, received 25 a year later. In 82, all were featured as slightly late production. Year-long pause, 12 units. Conrail. Finally, in 85, we'll get to Missouri Pacific. Missouri Pacific received the most distinct order of 36-7, 60 units produced. 9,000 through 9,059. That's their numbers. MP was being merged into UP at the time of the order, so the units came in UP yellow with Missouri Pacific lettering. The units featured the Botsy dynamic brake housing, added a higher capacity, 4,300 gallon fuel tank that filled the entire space between the trucks, and were rated at 3750 horsepower. Why are BN units? Well, BN ultimately rostered what they called 33-7s and 36-7. During 91, BN Brunswick Northern began an upgrade program to the over 40 C30-7s, which improved wheel slip up control, additionally ballasting, and increased horsepower. Units upgraded to 3,300 horsepower, became 33-7s. I did order one of those. And 3,600 horsepower, 36-7, and I ordered one of those too. Externally, there were no differences, but in the late 80s, BN's C30-7s had door swap near the radiator to add an extra grill. For the upgrade units, the key difference was red number boards to distinguish the upgrade. These applied to Cascade Green units and that were received white face paint. When I purchased the hood type units, GE, this does not pertain to mine. But I do recommend you read the manual. Here's a paint scheme of the NW, and I think there's a hood unit next to it. Here you go. Here's the Mopac, that distinguished design. Right here is what makes them different from the rest. But I highly recommend. Let's get into the unboxing. I've talked long enough. I know. But before I get too far, they do give you extra parts and more detailed parts. And I'll tell you, the one thing that I've experienced so far is one of my those fancy rolling trucks you see right there did come off while running, and another one shattered while running. So that's unique, but I'm gonna see about fixing it real easily and let you know. But let's get to the unboxing. Put that back in. Yeah, it's all falling apart on me. Okay, so we'll slowly take part by the foam out. If you don't want to watch me remove the foam as we go, that's fine too. But let's get you really in there. See if I can figure out something point with. So what made those med packet was this hump right here. But I love the fact that there's chains and stuff. And new to their model is these rolling bearings. They might need a little bit better if anyone who reads this, well, watches this and knows how to get a hold of Rapido, you might well know that some don't stick very well and they shattered. I literally had one that after I broke it in at the store, because of course I had to play with it. it I noticed that one was missing. I went on to, it's like, well, hopefully I don't have to do another parts order, which I do not have to, which I need to open the box back up and pull that bag out to put those bearings in. But they do give you, I think, replacement ones. Thank goodness. Very smart. They show you how to put pastures in, but I couldn't pass this up. This is a very unique looking locomotive. And the one thing I'm very happy with is it has functioning class lights, number boards, headlights. It even has inspection lights on all 4 sides, which I love. And I put my own choice of decoder. I put a Blunami. Of course, I like being able to play with it on my phone. And there are other decoders that do that too. But I can actually quickly lash up with it, alter it any need. Katy couplers. The cool part is that this does, if you want to, does move up and down with ease. Over here, this was a side where it literally shattered until I didn't notice until I got to the end of it. This goes up and down. Functioning class lights, rear light. We're back to the unit, but let's go to the top. See-through vents. I can actually see inside there. You guys might not be able to, but let's look underneath it. So, don't want to lay this down. Give me a sec. Yeah. So, I had to pause for a sec so I can gently put it down. So, but you see this right here. That's what I'm pointing at. There's a set on every side right here. So here's the underside of it. And it's on the back too. These are your step lights and ground inspection lights, I believe. And all 4 do light up. So when we get to the layout, I'll show you. But see you there. Welcome. Welcome back. So I have the locomotive on the track. And let's go through the lighting features. So I'll put the camera closer so you can see. I might put the camera so you can actually get the full lighting outlook of it. Do that. It's gonna get dark. Okay, so FX, you don't have function FX3, but your FX5 function is your number boards. FX6 is your class lights, and your FX7 and 8, 7 or 8, are your inspection lights. There we go. So what I'm going to do, turn the light off. So either FX7 is, I believe, is your rear class lights, and FX8 are your inspection lights. So turn the light so you get a full look of, as you see here and here is your walkway, your step lights. Move some light this way, and we're gonna move to the rear. There you go. That's a better look right there. Your inspection lights, very bright right there. Class lights. Put the thing in reverse and you got your light. I went with a custom bell because I can. But let's start her up. The light! It's blinding! It's blinding! I can't see! So bright you can't see the front class lights that are on, or the you can barely see the number. So we'll put in step 1. Step 2. So what we'll do is we'll do the silent test. I still gotta break this locomotive in, but very happy with this. And the fact I got fully live features, that class lights and hour boards, ground lights were an extra. Very happy with this locomotive. I'm excited to actually get the other 3. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see me make a video on how I fix these rolling bearings, I need 50 likes by the end of the week. It is very possible. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button. I encourage you guys to comment what you think this locomotive is. But if you want to stay connected, see more content, enjoy the rest of your day.